James the Lesser, we don't know how to do any polls with anything yet. Like, I'm looking to do polls with Nightbot and stuff, and I think it would still work here on YouTube, like we were trying to get it to work on Twitch.
Here we go.
Hello, and welcome to James, the Lesser Express Lane, where we get you a nut as fast as possible, where DSP accidentally admits to helping protect a PDF. No, not that one. No, not that one either. This is from before his time on Twitch.
That you did was also underhanded, but no one can ever prove it. Just like there's so many people in the FGC who absolutely positively knew that Mr. Wizard was a pedophile. They talked about it publicly in IRC chat rooms. They joked about it because back then.
So, you're a part of that. You knew that he was one. Let's go back and watch that again.
Handed, but no one can ever prove it. Just like there's so many people in the FGC who absolutely positively knew that Mr. Wizard was a pedophile. They talked about it publicly in IRC chat rooms. They joked about it because back then, we're talking the early 2000s, this was a joke. It was like, oh, the good old boys club, make fun of him because we know that he's gay and we know that he likes boys, so just make fun of him for it. I'm serious. People would just sit there and make fun of him for it and wouldn't stop him or call him out. They would just say, oh, this is funny, basically haze the guy and tease the guy for it, okay? But there were...
So you knew about this and you did nothing.
So many people involved at that time period who knew about this. They saw it happen, yet everyone just like, oh, well, you just got to put up with Mr. Wizard being a part of the FGC because he's friends with the Cannons, and the Cannons really like him. So they're going to make him part of running EVO. Eventually, they made him the president of EVO or whatever it was. But everyone knew it back in the day. Everyone knew this stuff.
Everyone knew, including him. And he did nothing. He's going to sit there like, oh, no one's exposed him. No one went after him. But you knew. And you did nothing.
But where it was said in an IRC chat room where no one ever saved anything or could prove anything. And now years later, you realize as you're an adult, man, this is fucked up stuff. There's nothing you can...
He was in his 20s. He was a member of the FGC in his 20s. He was an adult.
Do about it. What could I do about it, right? I wasn't there. I didn't live in California. I didn't see this stuff happening firsthand. They did, and they did nothing. Instead, they just hazed the guy and joked, and then basically...
So you saw the chats, you heard people talking about it, but again, you did nothing.
We're like, well, you're gonna, do stuff for us forever. You're gonna run SRK, and we're gonna trust you, and then we're gonna give you the fucking tournament and shit. This is all common knowledge among old school FGC heads, but no one will talk about it because they're invested in the FGC. I'm not.
So again, you knew, and you protected him. Good to know. Derek was not the first one.
Nah, I don't give a shit. What do I have? What do I care? What are you gonna do, ban me from EVO? I'm not going. I don't care. Oh darn. Oh shucks.
In the past, he said he might want to go to EVO again. Now I guess he's never going to plan on that because he knows he's not good enough.
But this is just the point I'm making, is that this is how it's always been. And that's what I hated about back in the day. Every time that there was something major going on in fighting games, you had the same good old boys club who were involved in it and were controlling it from the inside, and they were hiding shit and they were doing underhanded things, and you had to just put...
But you knew about it. You knew all this stuff was going on, so why did you do nothing?
Up with it. If you wanted to be part of the FGC back then, you had to put up with this regime that was basically controlling everything. And it happened overnight, too. That's the saddest part. These guys came out of nowhere with money, and they just started buying up everything. We're going to do the biggest fighting game tournament in the country. Out of nowhere. We have the money to do it. We're going to do it. The fuck? But, you're not even good at the game. That's the truth. The Cannon brothers...
They weren't good at the game, so they're not allowed to buy it. Gee, I wonder how good of a football player Jerry Jones is. Alright, maybe using the Cowboys as an example isn't a good idea, but... Still. I bet Jerry Jones can't throw a spiral. I bet he can't break 3 tackles and run 60 yards for a touchdown. He's still allowed to own the Cowboys. Even though he probably shouldn't be.
We're never even good at Street Fighter. So what authority did they have to ever run the National Street Fighter Tournament? Oh, we have money. Well, that's a good qualifying reason, don't you think?
Yes, they had the money to do it. If someone else stepped up and did it with their own money, then they'd be in charge. But they didn't. The Cannons did. So yes, DSP, they weren't professional players, guys. They weren't the best ever like I am. I was #1 American, guys. I'm the best. Congratulations. You're the best American in a broken port. Everyone else boycotted. Good job, buddy. Good job. Unfortunately for you, Cannon Brothers had money and common sense. Now, did they know about this? Who knows? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But here is DSP saying that he knew about it. He knew about it, just had to put up with it, guys, because he wanted to play Evo.
Think? I don't know. You know, this is all water under the...
It's all water under the bridge, as he brings it up. Again. So yes, guys, he had nothing to do with it. Yes, he knew about it, but he had nothing to do with it. But he knew about it, had to keep his head low, and not make any noise, or he'd get banned from Evo. But he knew about it, and he never called the authorities. No, maybe do an anonymous tip. Anything? Nope. Guys, what if they found out the anonymous tip was me? Oh no, then you get banned from Evo. Why do you want to go to an event that's being ran by PDF? Well, yeah, because they gave him the authority to run the tournaments. Okay. Then why would you want to go to those tournaments? You're so afraid of being banned from those tournaments. They're being ran by a PDF. Why would you be afraid of being banned from that? DSP does not seem to realize that when he says that he knew about it, 100% knew about it, and did nothing because he was afraid of being banned from Evo, does not put him in a positive light. Especially with the Derek situation, and others. So yes, Derek was not the first PDF for him to protect. Derek was not the first one for him to be like, but I love Derek. He shows up to every stream and gives me views. And his mommy pays for YouTube Plus, so any ad he gets, I get paid for, even though he doesn't even see him. It's great. Congratulations. You now have a history of protecting the PDFs in the world. No wonder they feel so comfortable with you. You've been doing this for decades. And I love that. I mean, when you become an adult, you realize how messed up it is. You were in your 20s. Evo 2005 was 23 years after you were born, meaning you were 23 years old. You were an adult. You were an adult that saw and heard about this stuff and did absolutely nothing about it because you were afraid of getting banned from Evo. So he says. Was he actually afraid of being banned from Evo? Who knows? Back then, I could see it because that was his whole livelihood. That's what he was racking up all the credit card debt for. He was literally wasting tens of thousands of dollars a year on this shit to go to Evo and lose. So maybe the fear of being banned from Evo was enough to get him to protect the PDF. Maybe it wasn't. Unless we get mind reading powers, we'll never know, unfortunately. However, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.